A local nonprofit dedicated to helping veterans says it's discovered money possibly being stolen from the organization.
The board of directors says that they're investigating it as a possible case of embezzlement. Jordan Tavar spoke with them about how it was discovered and what their plans are moving forward.
It's definitely a surprise. It's nothing anybody wants to ever think of or see. There were withdrawals, unauthorized withdrawals, and expenditures that had not been approved.
For over 10 years now, Midwest Battle Buddies has worked to provide service dogs to veterans for free. They say possibly having money stolen from them affects not only their group, but those they serve.
We are a nonprofit. We serve veterans. We serve those that have disabilities that are looking for quality of life, and that's what our dogs provide to them.
Midwest Battle Buddies says early this year it, quote, identified some irregularities in the finances which led to an internal audit, discovering unauthorized withdrawals and expenditures.
And after that investigation, the organization decided that they needed a leadership change.
The resignation was made but not accepted. He was let go from the organization.
That change has been made and a new executive director is in place.
Heel. Sit.
Kayla Ferguson with Wheatland Dog Center has been named executive director as she's been working with Midwest Battle Buddies for the last few years.
Oh, I was honestly a little surprised, but I was thrilled. I've been running Wheatland Dog Center full time for about a decade, and I love the business aspect of it.
Ferguson wasn't on the board at the time that the alleged embezzlement was discovered, but she said she hopes the board can make the right moves to stop it from happening again.
I am very thankful that the board was able to catch the indiscrepancies, and hopefully we can move forward now and have some better policies in place to make sure this doesn't happen again in the future.
In Wichita, Jordan Tovar, 12 News.
And Midwest Battle Buddies says in a statement that they have since recovered most of the money and filed a police report. We were unable to reach the former executive director.